Be still, my beating heart, because here I am with my beautiful red table reunited. No, that's not. I meant with Joy and Simon, of course.
We don't believe you.
Extremely happy to be here with the both of you. Why, sir? Look at my face, so innocent.
Left toe,
It's my hands that give it away. It's my hands that give it away.
They say innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent until proven guilty.
And I think you've been proven guilty because that has not been here for the last 3 days.
I don't know what you're talking about. I saw it. When I was watching it on my screen, I saw the red table. Or maybe I just have eyes for the red table. Wherever I see, I just see red tables. So I have arrived, and as has the red table, I have no idea. There's no fingerprints on it. We have no idea where it was, but it has magically appeared today. We're just happy that it has. We're also very happy that we have Joy and Simon here with us today on, well, I can't say a very important game, right? Let's just not, okay, here's the thing. We pledge to always tell you the truth. And the truth is that Rohit Sharma and Team India will not be happy that they are batting first. And the reason for that will be explained by the gentleman here.
So, if you're going to play 2 matches in 2 days, and the temperature right now when you start the game is about 41 degrees, you're wondering how fast you can finish this off.
Yeah, exactly.
And in which case, if you won the toss, you'd like to bowl.
Yeah.
And when the opposition won the toss, we thought that, you know, everyone's batting first in the Gulf. Maybe it's a good idea and they'll think about it. And Anshuman is, after all, finally from Odisha. His roots, his grandparents live in Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. And he decided to bowl.
Yes, extremely disappointing. But
it's a hangover. It's a hangover from 116.
Yeah.
It is exactly the reason why. They opted to bat first. They took the right route, I think, the other day by being sort of saying, okay, we're going to go up front. We're going to try and bat first against Pakistan. We're going to try and put some runs on the board. And they were cleaned up for 116.
Yeah.
So this is a backlash of that. We batted poorly. Now they're saying, well, our best option is bowling first. Well, it's not really. You're just worried about your batting.
Exactly.
That's the reason for doing that. So, look, it's a hangover from the other day. I can understand why. They don't have to play tomorrow, so they're not worried about the heat.
Yeah, I know.
And you know, from an Indian point of view, if you're purely selfish, not worried about the longevity of the game, their batsmen could do with a hit out.
Yeah.
And any runs are good runs, and any game time in the middle is better than a net.
Yeah.
So the Indian batsmen, I don't think, will be disappointed. Some people might think, well, we could have had a short game. We might think we could have been in bed before midnight. We're probably not going to.
you were never going to be in bed before midnight, Simon. If we let you go at 10 o'clock, you weren't. That's a different story. But a quick question to you about playing 2 one-days and 2 consecutive days is hard enough. In 42 degrees, even harder. With one of them being Pakistan on the second day, the hardest.
Yeah, look, it used to happen all the time. I mean, Joe, you remember the days when back-to-back one-day internationals were played consistently. Yeah. I mean, I was involved in teams that had to play back-to-back games in Sharjah, and plenty of guys around the world.
How hard was it?
Well, you just did it. I don't think... Nowadays, with all the players' associations and these new rules where you must have 3 days rest between one-day internationals and you must have 3 days before test matches, I mean, they've all changed in the last 10 years for player... I guess for player security and for the longevity of their careers. But it used to happen all the time. You just got through, you did it. They're going to have to... I heard the interview with Ravi Shastri earlier. They just have to do it. It's there, the rules are there.
You could say that now you need a break because the game is more intense, but Simon will say that they're just more gentle now. Yeah. You were men.
Yeah, they
hair on their chest then.
They are more gentle. They are more gentle now. But their careers last longer than ours did as well.
No, but do they? I mean, I look at these fast bowlers and everyone's breaking down all the time. I mean, so if you look at it, you know, Stark, he's been breaking down consistently. This one's been breaking down also. The other, Pat Cummins.
Pat Cummins. Yeah. Well, they've lost
Patterson
for a long period of time. Hazelwood's injured at the moment.
Bhuvi's injured.
Little more diving now than there was
possibly
back in the day.
Possibly.
Just a little more. Well, let's talk about the Indian team, of course. Virat Kohli sitting out, I think rightly sitting out. He's probably played the most competitive international cricket, most time spent in the middle over the last 1 year. So he could do with this break. But we got Rohit Sharma as a captain, and Joy, not a bad choice.
No, fantastic choice. He has a fantastic record as captain of Mumbai Indians. And very interesting, if he's bringing his philosophy, you see the kind of press conferences he's been having, and he's bringing his Mumbai Indians philosophy out here, which is that let people be settled, let them be happy with their place in the side, give them a chance to this thing. He's been talking that language. That's a different language from what Virat speaks. But I think it's equally effective.
No, wait. Not his MI philosophy, because we don't want him batting at 4.
That's the point. No. Right? Not that part of the philosophy.
No.
Not that part of the philosophy.
Is that a bit of a conflicting thing, though, Joy? I listened to Rohit Sharma in a press conference, and I think he's almost saying, I don't like what Virat Kohli is doing in some roundabout sort of a way. I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions.
Oh, Simon Scandal.
He's saying, I prefer guys to be settled and...
I'm sorry, I could tell you more about this, but I'll have to kill you. So I'm sorry, I can't do this. I know I'm on camera, but, you know, I don't want to kill a dear friend.
No, we got to save the intensity for tomorrow. There's India-Pakistan tomorrow. Let's get the heat going then. Today we're going to play it cool, because ultimately India is playing Hong Kong. The first game that's happening for India in this Asia Cup. And what did Rohit Sharma have to say about captaincy, about the challenge? Let's have a listen.
जी बिल्कुल एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. मैंने कप्तानी पहले किया है एक सीरीज़ में, और ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा टूर्नामेंट है. तो मैं काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हूँ. थोड़ा नर्वस हूँ ऑब्वियसली, बट मैं काफ़ी एक्साइटेड हूँ क्योंकि इम्पोर्टेंट टूर्नामेंट है. और इन सारे लड़कों के साथ मैं काफ़ी खेल चुका हूँ, तो एक दूसरे को समझता हूँ. समझना ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए. तो हाँ, आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इट.
Also, Simon, he's not played competitive cricket now in the last 2 months, right? That high-intensity England tour, he's not there. What is the mindset going into it? Is he just fresher? He's not scarred by that loss?
Yeah, there's all those things, I think. He will be nice and fresh. He's looking forward to it. He loves captaining, Rohit Sharma, and I think it's a good thing. And particularly, it's such an honour for him to captain India. He doesn't get too many opportunities to do that. So he'll be looking forward to that. He'll be looking forward to getting back into some white ball cricket again, not scarred from any of those test matches that some of those players will be through that long, tough England tour. So I think for Rohit, it'll be just about a fresh campaign. He's got, 5 games possibly, I think it is, to lift the trophy if he has that opportunity to do so. And he'll just want to get out there and stamp his little mark on a tournament when, he knows that in the next time that India play together that Virat will be captain again, and he can just chill out and bat. But now he's got an opportunity to just put his little mark on it.
Yeah, that was very interesting what Ravi Shastri said. They're already looking at, the World Cup and 25 matches left. And there are some questions that need answering before that.
There are a lot of questions that need answering. The good thing about Rohit is that, in the absence of the staff really coming out, support staff coming out, Dhoni is really taking charge. And Dhoni is at that stage in his career where he's taking charge, he's doing things, he's running the nets. So he's clearly, Rohit can, sit back a bit and, very much it's participative leadership, not just saying that, okay, I'm the boss, this is how it happens out here. So I think that's working. What does worry me, and I spoke about this yesterday also, I think probably the finest or second finest hitter of the ball after Virat, currently in form, is not playing this game. I mean, somebody like Rishabh Pant, leave Dhoni aside for a moment. Yeah. So let's put Dhoni aside for a moment and saying whether he's a keeper, not a keeper, needs to play, doesn't need to play. I still feel that it's impossible that Rishabh Pant is not a part of these plans right now.
There was a bit of talk too about the support staff and the players coming home and not going to Dubai straight away, and I don't mind that at all. You're putting a little bit of emphasis on some of the players to look after themselves for a few days as well. Yeah. These players nowadays get mollycoddled. Everything is done for them. You name it, it is all done for them. So I quite like the fact that MS Dhoni and Rohit Sharma have basically said, okay, well, we'll look after these boys for 5 days. Yeah. We've got some training to do. And you guys, look, just come and talk to us. You're on your own a little bit here, but there's no support staff. There's a couple of extra throwers. I don't mind that at all. I mean, everybody needs a rest. And you look at, Mike Hesson. Yeah. He's now doing what we're doing, basically. He's become a pundit because coaching was too tough and he was away from home for too long. And he very rarely got a rest, and he left the New Zealand job with a lot left on his contract still. Still another year left on his contract because he just was away from home far too much. Yeah. So the support staff, as much as the players, need some downtime. Yeah. They only had 3 days, and people were saying, oh, why aren't the support staff in Dubai with these players? Mate, they've had 3 days off. Give them a break. Yeah. And let the players fend for themselves for a little while.
Have a fresh set of clothes, do some laundry.
Exactly.
Say hello to their wife.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know if she still recognizes you after 2.5 months in England. But there was a really sweet video that Hardik put up on his Twitter, I think, of him reaching in the middle of the night to his house and surprising his dad. And his dad was asleep and he went and he woke him up. I think sometimes just that one moment like that, he probably would have spent like 6 hours with him or something.
It's still enough.
It's enough, right?
It does.
It sort of gets you going. Today, of course, Hardik is not playing. Bumrah is not playing. They've rested them against Hong Kong. A good chance in that middle order for Ambati Rayudu, for Kedar Jadhav, for Dinesh Karthik, because those slots in the middle, you still have a couple of questions that need answering, some slots that need filling leading up to the World Cup. That's some good chances there in there. No Manish Pandey, of course, but let's talk about them first. Let's talk about Rayudu and Jadhav getting a game.
See, for me, this is really big because what happens is that if you can play both Jadhav and when he comes back, Hardik Pandya, that's when you've actually got your 10-over problem solved out.
Yeah.
India has not had its 10-over problem sorted. We've never had that proper fifth bowler because depending on Hardik to give you 10 overs all the time is not going to be easy. Jadhav is a kind of spinner. He's not, again, not conventional. He's a sort of Lasith Malinga of spin bowling, you know, delivers it from
He's
somewhere.
3 bowlers in one, depending on where his arm feels like coming from.
So he gives you something. So he's actually most crucial to all India's plans. Because if you've got to have 2 guys who can bat, somebody who can bat at 6 and somebody who can bat at 7, and give you 10 overs for sure between them. So it could be 8 and 2 one day, it could be 2 and 8 the other day. These 2 need to be there for you. So he's very critical.
And it seems like they've gone with experience rather than Manish Pandey, who was in form in the India A Tour, who had some very, very good form, some good scores. So they've gone with Rayudu and with Dinesh Karthik. So they're playing for one spot. They're playing for that one spot to maybe bat at number 4. Listening to Stephen Fleming as well, I mean, he thinks that Rayudu is probably a better number 4. He was very impressed throughout the IPL with Rayudu's form and the way he manoeuvred the strike around the spinners in that number 4 role. So he would like to see him bat in that sort of position. So they've gone with that experience rather than giving Manish Pandey an opportunity. So these guys will get today and I'm sure tomorrow to force their way.
You have to give them one more day.
So you have Ambati Rayudu, of course, did very well in the IPL, got picked for the England tour and then did not clear the yo-yo test. And I was reading an interview of his the other day where he said, you know, I didn't mind it. This is what it is. I didn't clear it. I worked and now I've cleared it. Great attitude. Very unlike the reaction you'd get from a Rayudu 5 years ago, wouldn't you?
He was one of the Tommy Petrels of Indian, cricket. You know, all the time fighting with associations, fighting with that. Amazing talent. From the age of 17, he's been, a chosen boy as it was. So whether it's the Hyderabad Association, then the Andhra Pradesh Association, moved on, played in other states.
Hanuma Vihari said that he watched him playing when he was a young boy and he was a got hero influenced.
He was a hero at that point in time, and they said that this guy's career would take off. So it hasn't really, but look at it. He averages more than 15 one-day internationals. He just doesn't play enough. I mean, whether it's injury which has stopped it, or whether it's in this case, yo-yo test, somehow or the other his stars have been crossed. But whenever he's got a chance, he's delivered for you.
Well, I like the fact that the test is there. He knows the test is there. He couldn't pass it. Okay, I've got to go away. I've got to go to work. You make that choice. As a player, it is your choice. It's not put on anybody else. You decide whether you want to get fit enough to play or whether you don't want to get fit enough to play. And the lure of the blue jumper with the little sign on the front and the logo here, that's what he wanted. He wanted it again. He wanted to feel that jumper again. He wanted to play in that team again. So he's gone away and he's done the work. And that's what happens when you have standards and you don't drop those standards for anyone. You don't change that standard. And that's the standard that Virat Kohli has wanted. It's the standard that they've all set. And they have to adhere to it.
And that's what they're getting. So that's the batting. Let's talk about the bowling now because there's something interesting there. We'll pull up the squad again for you. And you'll see that young Khalil Ahmed has got his India cap. So congratulations to him. Happy to see him. And now Joy will tell you a little about Khalil.
Khalil, left-arm bowler, really impressive. Has played 2 first-class matches. That's all he's played. 2 first-class matches. Picked up early. But again, went to the Delhi Daredevils. Spent a season with Zahir Khan. I mean, that's like... Spending a season with Zahir Khan or Wasim Akram is like an advanced coaching course.
Really, it's like
for a left-arm fast bowler, what more would you want?
It's like a 1-month PhD.
So he's like, can bowl at 145, swings it both ways, has got pace, has got everything. He's got the works. Now it's a question is, does he have the maturity and everything else to take it to the next level? But definitely he's a prospect.
It's great when Simon, tomorrow there's a Pakistan game. He could have debuted there as well. The pressure of that would have just been insane. It's good for him to get it in this game, isn't it?
Yeah, and you don't get too many opportunities as a top-tier nation to play against the side where you can test someone and give them an easy option. Very rarely do you get these opportunities. So this is something that India don't find very often. They're allowing this young man an opportunity against an associate nation who struggled in their first game. He's got Bhuvaneshwar Kumar at the other end, so he's got someone to lean on. and a few experienced players around him that he can talk to along the way. We know that Jasprit Bumrah will be back in the side tomorrow, so he's got an opportunity to say, I'm going to put my hand up ahead of Shardul Thakur, who are now fighting today, I think, for that one spot tomorrow. Bumrah's back in. Who wants to play? Does Shardul Thakur want to play, or does Young Khalil want to play? So those two are now fighting today for that one opportunity to get a go again tomorrow, and I think healthy competition is good competition.
Yeah. But spare a thought for Hong Kong. You have this situation out here.
We'll spare exactly one thought for Hong Kong in this show. We've only got 20 minutes.
Yeah, but think about it. India is carrying about 3 bowlers. Mayank Markandeya, Shadab Nazim, Shahbaz Nadeem.
Yeah.
They're all out there to give us net practice. Hong Kong somehow manages to pay tickets and contracts for them to come and play a match. Yeah. Here we call up 4 other India players, come out here. Yeah. We want a thrower, we've got somebody who's, to give them this thing, left arm throwdown Sri Lankan. Yeah. So, for adding 4 or 5 more staff, putting them up in a 5-star hotel, that for Hong Kong cricket, they think about it for 1 month. For a World Cup, they wouldn't be able to do that.
Also, it's run mostly by Sindhis, right? So they spend a little less money than most others, don't they? Listen, I'm part Sindhi as well. I can make fun of them.
No.
Punjab and Sindh.
No, exactly. As they say, now how was the Grand Canyon formed? A Sindhi lost a coin.
Keep looking. Hong Kong, of course, would be hoping they don't dig themselves into the Grand Canyon today. Let's have a look at their squad as well. Their captain, of course, shocked us. Anshuman Rath shocked us by choosing to put India into bat after winning the toss. But here's the rest of the team. And
see, I'll tell you.
Joy, Professor Joy.
No, nothing. Anshuman Rath, again, plays in England, has come back, played age group cricket for Hong Kong. Has done well for them, but what was interesting for me is for him to turn around and say that their bowling is their strength, because really the only people who have performed at any level for them is Anshuman, Scott McKenzie, Babar Hayat and Nizakat Khan. And 3 of them are batsmen, one of them is a wicketkeeper batsman, one of them is basically a batting all-rounder. Yeah. So it's really their bowling that is comparatively untested. If they have anything, they have a little bit of batting strength and a bit of batting chops. They had one more really talented cricketer, of course, these guys stole him.
He was a Kiwi.
Mark Chapman. Yeah. Hong Kong player, good enough to play, fantastic career. What do these Kiwis do? They go and pick him up and take him away. Yeah. Not that they don't have enough players.
We're good like that. We steal South Africans, we steal Hong Kong players. We're good like that, yeah.
So people who just want a little less population around them,
they just want to come and live with 60 million sheep and 4 million people. That's all.
But it's nice, right? It's peaceful.
Lovely. It's beautiful.
It's peaceful. There's sweaters available easily. There's jumpers available. There's no problem.
People want to come and live there. It's all good. It's all good. I would have loved Anshuman at the toss to just say, listen, we batted poorly the other day, so we're not going to bat first again. We're going to give our bowling an opportunity, because that's the only reason, Just be honest with it. That's the only reason.
Because he said that our bowling is our strength.
Which I really
is he playing mind games with Rohit? Because Rohit's probably not even listening to it.
Rohit's now trying to figure out. Rohit is exactly doing what about 30 million Indians are. Who's this bowler? So let me check him out. Can I have a look at this bowler? So none of them have a clue.
What you want to see from Hong Kong today is improvement. They were pretty poor the other day. They got a 17-run opening partnership. Their best batsman, Babar Hayat, was poor. He got tied down by Pakistan really well, and as soon as Shadab came on to bowl, he ran down the wicket and had a Hoy slog at one and missed it and got stumped. So you want to see improvement. We saw a brilliant performance from Afghanistan yesterday. They are leading the way as far as the Associate Nations are concerned. So you want to see improvement. If this tournament has legs and if it's going to continue to be viable, you want the Associate Nations that are taking part to improve, and that's what you ask from Hong Kong today, I think, is improvement with the ball. What's that going to be? It's going to be keeping India under 300. I think is
and keeping you in the studio till 12:30.
Well, that will be an improvement.
Let them play. I don't mind. It's my first day here. Let them play 50 overs. That's fine.
We'll talk about the batting later. So you want to see improvement with the ball, and just keeping a very strong Indian batting lineup under 300 would be an achievement. Yeah, I think, and holding their catches. One thing you can control as an associate nation is your fielding and your quality of fielding. Every one of these guys should be able to run, catch, look after themselves in the field and do a great job there. If they do that, then that's a box ticked for them, I think.
Yeah, keep the intensity up. You also see, there's always been Rohit and Shikhar. You see Rohit and Shikhar have a pattern when they start. They like to get their eye in first, and then they go and make it up in the first 10, 15 overs. Would you see them playing the same way today? You don't want that complacency to come saying, oh, Hong Kong, associate side, let's just hit out, and next thing you know, you're suddenly 50 for 3.
None of these guys are the kind who do that. They play their way. Shikhar will always go for his shots because that's what he does, and he does well. And this kind of a bowling, he'll like to have a go, make something out of it. Interesting would be where exactly Dhoni would come in. Is he going to come in at 4?
Would you?
I don't know. I'd like to see him at 4.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him at 4.
That would be our preference, I think, moving forward, would be Kohli at 3, Dhoni at 4, Raidu at 5.
Then where does KL Rahul go? Because KL Rahul's part of this team.
KL doesn't play.
Yeah.
KL doesn't play unless one of the openers is out of form or injured.
Okay.
I think that's the way that India need to approach this, because Kedar Jadav's got to play.
Yeah.
They have to have that
Jadhav and
bowling
Pandya
option.
have to play.
Yeah.
He and Pandya have to bat at 6 and 7.
Yeah, because otherwise we don't get a bowling option in the top 5.
There's no bowling option in the top 5.
Yeah.
So, those two have to play at 5 and at 6 and 7. Sorry, Kedar Jadhav at 6 and Hardik Pandya at 7, and then your 2 spinners, your 2 genuine spinners, and Bumrah and Bhuvi.
Yeah.
So that's how the team should play out. But it's just a matter of who bats at 4 and who bats at 5. Dhoni's going to bat at one of those. Which one does he choose? I mean, our preference would be 4 moving forward, but that's just it's neither here nor there. Dinesh Karthik has had good white ball form, but I just wonder whether.
Anyway, for KKR and everything else, he's a finisher. He's batted at 6 consistently in white ball cricket. Dinesh Karthik. I mean, you don't really need to bat him at 4.
Is there a chance of his confidence being a little down? You've got this young keeper comes in, sort of storms into the Indian team, and you thought you had a chance for the tests, and now that's pretty much gone.
But young keeper storming into the Indian team to get a chance, this happened to Dinesh Karthik 10 years back when Dhoni came in.
That is true. It's happened to him a few times.
Yeah, it's happened to him. Just when he thought he's okay, Parthiv Patel's gone. I've seen Parthiv Patel out and the man on the scene, and suddenly
this bloke with long hair flowing down the back of his helmet comes rushing in from Ranchi, sorry,
and decides to be the captain, the longest serving captain for Indian cricket. Yeah, it is interesting. Okay, let's have a few quick predictions. Again, here we don't hold anybody to anything. There's no stamp paper. They don't have to pledge on a holy book. They just have to guess. It's more like a game. Right? So India's batting first. Where do you think India's going to land up at the end of 50 overs against Hong Kong, an associate nation, with their bowling not as strong as their captain claims to be?
Nicely well put. No, I don't think it's it is that part of the world. So I'd say 315 is a decent score.
315 with the gentleman in the black jacket.
Yeah,
315.
I can see them getting a little further than that, to be honest. I don't see this bowling attack testing India. I can see India being a little bit cautious. Because they want to have time. They want to have time in the middle. But at the back end of the innings, I can see a Pandya or a Dhoni getting sort of 60, 70 off 35 balls.
No Pandya today. Sorry,
Jadhav or a Dhoni getting 65, 70 off 30 balls. So I'm thinking 350, 360.
I was going to say 356, but you've taken that. So do you think I should go a little more? Maybe 300 and... Okay, I'll go lesser then. Then you... 339.
Okay. Wow, that's accurate.
All right. 339.
Lovely.
You've got. I don't mess about.
No.
I'm going 350. No ranges for me. Right in there. All right, but you can't give a wide answer for this next question because it's got to be very accurate because this is the joy factor. Over to you, sir.
Yep. Easy one again. Because
easy.
This is Hong Kong. It's
What's
Hong Kong.
going on?
Which player in the current India squad has the highest strike rate in the team in ODIs? And is in the top 10 list of all-time ODI batsmen.
I like this little bracket thing in there. That's a bit of a googly. Have you?
No, because 500 balls, because otherwise there are guys who played one match, hit a 4 in that one ball, so they have a strike rate of 400 and they're done.
Yeah. It is an accurate answer.
It is an accurate
That would be.
answer.
That's why the disclaimer there in the end. All right, so you can tweet in your answers from everywhere in the world because tweeting is free, my friends. And you need to, who do you send it to you directly?
Send it to me, send it to Cricbuzz.
Hashtag Cricbuzz Live.
Send it to Rohit Sharma because he needs to know the answer. Send it to Dhoni. He'd like to know as well. Is it him? Is it not?
Yeah.
Send it
to me. Send it to hashtag Red Table. It's here as well. Have you given a nice focus shot of the Red Table? Have you guys done that? Have I not taught you anything, people in the control room?
It's front and center.
As it deserves to be. As it deserves to be. Remember, we're all background artists when it comes to the real hero of Cricbuzz Live. All right, we're going to see you in the 15th over. Come back up to our faces. No, I was just kidding. Just come back. I was just kidding. All right, we're going to be back in the 15th over, and we're going to see you then. That's Uber presents Crick Combox. That's going to happen in the 15th over, the Cricbuzz Combox. Are you you're going to be there?
I think so. I don't know.
You have to
what
be.
Are you
You're the most qualified person here.
All right. I'll be there with Joy. Yeah. I'll
with
go
Joy.
With Joy. Yeah, I'll take the reins first up. I'll go there with Joy.
So brilliant. 15th over. We're going to see you then. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live, and we of course will be here with the red table. That's going to be in the innings break. 339, 315. Pick a number. Come on, between it. 350
to 360.
350
260.
5. I've given him his choice. We'll see you later. Bye.